Ho, ho, ho! Ho, ho, ho! Merry Christmas, everybody! Now type onto the chat box if any of you can hear me, and if you can, you are automatically on my nice list. If not, then you are on my naughty list. Anybody, just type onto the chat box, and if you can hear me, you're on the naughty list. You're on the nice list. Excellent. If you can hear me, then you're on the nice list. Ho, 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 and Merry Christmas to all. Now I have to go and prepare myself to deliver some presents. In the meantime, I have a little helper with me. Please introducing to one and all Black Rhino Ranger. Can you take over, please?
Certainly, Santa. Hi everybody, this is Black Rhino Ranger, and welcome to yet another supercalifragilisticexpialidocious live stream. And, oh my goodness, I'm late! I gotta get Christmas sorted, and what am I gonna do? I need some help. I gotta prepare for this list. I gotta decorate the tree, I gotta decorate with a wreath, I gotta gift wrap. Oh man, I can't do this all by myself, I need some help. Yeah, people on the chat box, can you help me find some characters to help me with this list? Just think of it, anything. If you have anything to request, just ask me any character doing any of these tasks. But if you have nothing to request, you can ask me any question you want, any question. And there are no limits to whatever you ask. And if you like, you can use the super chat box. And this live stream will last for 1 hour. So for the first task, I need somebody to decorate the Christmas tree. So which character do you think is worthy enough to get the tree ready for Christmas? To decorate it with all the little lights and stuff? Pichu.
The Chompy Mage. Tree Rex being decorated. Oh. I think I'll go with the first one I read. Let me see. How do I draw this little shocker again?
Just a little reminder, fellas. If any of you ever harass anybody on my live stream, or even harass me, no matter how ridiculous that request could be. I'm not saying any request is ridiculous, but just in case. But please be as friendly as you can on my chat. Otherwise, you're on the naughty list, or in other words, you get nothing. You get good day to you, sir. Try to be as friendly with my chat as much as possible. Oh man, I think I must have gotten Did it? Yeah. Okay. Apparently, there's this. I noticed that there's this rare breed of Pichu where they have this additional spike on the ears. I'm not sure where that one came from. I mean, maybe it's a rare breed. I mean, I am aware of some Pikachu with I am aware that some Pikachu have a bit of a different look on their tails, but I never heard of a Pichu with an extra spike on its head. No, 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 no. And to make sure. Let me just Now, just to remind you, fellas, I'm gonna color all these off screen. So if you see if I'm missing a detail or two, I might correct. And if I'm missing a detail or two, I might correct it off screen. These are just currently a bit of a rough patch, but they'll probably get updated if I think there's something missing. Nah, I think that's a little. Okay, gotta get something to have stand on. If it were maybe it was either a ladder or maybe a flying type Pokemon or somebody tall like Charizard or Dragonite. There we go. There's Pichu. Oops, forgot something. Forgot a little something. I thought there was something missing. And I think I'll just I think that will do. Yeah, I think this will do. There we go. We got Pichu decorating the tree. So what else? What else? Last night. Okay, so that's decorating the Christmas tree done. Oops. So who's next on the list? Let's see. Bubbles. How cool! Make an eggnog. Pichu, Pichu. Saying do Pango singing the Ever Scream. Well, let me have a look with the Ever Scream. Let me have a look at what that person ever scream. It itself is a Christmas tree. I'm not sure if I can. Remy making a gingerbread house from Remy and Boo. But okay. But first, I need somebody with the wreath. Somebody's got to give me the wreath. Pango from My Singing Monsters. Mickey Mouse decorating with a wreath. Okay. Okay, let me just You know, the funny thing about Mickey Mouse is that no matter how three-dimensional, whenever you draw him whenever you draw him on different angles, I mean, every time you try and draw Mickey Mouse with every time you try drawing Mickey Mouse with the with on very different angles, the ears are almost completely the same. I mean, the ears almost never change angles. They're always the same circles. They do change different positions on his head, but they never once change the angles of the ears. And the only exception, I believe, is when you put Mickey Mouse in a 3D environment. You know, the first time I actually heard of what the word wreath is in the Mickey's Christmas Carol, where Donald, who is playing the role of Scrooge's nephew from the Christmas Carol, he gives it to Ebenezer Scrooge, who is played by Scrooge McDuck. But he rejects it. But then Donald just hangs it on the sill on his door anyway, and then he gives the wreath to the poor, to these people who are collecting money for the poor, who are played by the characters from Wind in the Willows, Ratty and Moley, and Scrooge just gives them the thing instead. Just gives them the wreath instead. Okay, I'm only just doing a little bit, not much. There, that should do it. See, here's Mickey Mouse hanging the wreath. That's another one to check off the list. So who's wrapping them presents? Disney owns everything now. Yeah, not quite. They still don't own Cartoon Network or Nickelodeon yet. So you're not so sure. You can't be too sure yet. But I will admit, it is kind of frightening that Disney has bought Marvel, Star Wars, and Fox. I wonder what else they're gonna buy. Do you think Hasbro's next? Sonic the Hot Dog? Penfold. Sonic the Hot Dog. Let me have a look. What the? Oh dear. This is weird. Aku gift wrapping.
Oh, so you want the evil shape-shifting master of darkness to wrap up them presents. Do you want them extra thick?
Let me just just trying to look him up, so
Let's not forget that he has great flaming eyebrows.
I will admit, it's actually not that. It wasn't really, despite how simplistic Aku looks. He's not easy for me. He's not the easiest for me to draw. I mean, for one, he's very tall, and sometimes I have a bit of trouble with tall characters. Sometimes I forget hit, hit the size anatomies, and I would often make characters a bit short, a little super deformed or chibified, if in case you in kind of like the superhero squad show, or in worst cases, Teen Titans Go. Let me just let's not forget that his beard. Hmm. It is a bit of a shame that the guy who used to voice Aku sadly passed away. The old one, where he was also known for playing Iroh from Avatar: The Last Airbender. And I heard that his last role was in the 2007 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie, where he played Master Splinter. Let's see, he has a little this.
You see, he's not such a bad shape-shifting master of evil now, is he?
Okay, let's see, am I missing any detail? There you go.
Here it is, Aku, wrapping a present. Who is it for? Oh, it's for that foolish samurai warrior.
Okay, I gotta stop doing the impression of Aku. It's kind of hurting my voice. Okay, gift wrapping is done, so who's shopping for presents? It's a trap, Jack! A present is another time portal.
What, you think I'd be sending him to another portal where the fool seeks to return to the past and undo the evil that is Aku?
Okay, that's the last time. Sorry. Sorry about that. It's a little bit of a rusty. Well, I mean, if you let's see, what was it again? What was it? When do you say a present is a bomb? Say that kind of reminds me. That kind of reminds me of Peter Pan, when he was It kind of reminds me of Peter Pan when the character was he was supposed where Captain Hook sends Peter Pan this present, and he says don't open it until 6 o'clock, and it wasn't until it was when it was nearly 6 o'clock, Tinkerbell then swoops in to remind Peter that it was a bomb. And suddenly it starts to ring, and then Tinkerbell then she went straight to the bomb, and then she let herself explode. Okay, she didn't actually let herself explode. I think she was. I'm not sure. How did she survive the explosion? Is she immortal or something? I need to rewatch Peter Pan. I mean, there are some details I kind of missed out on. Oh, I'm so... Admittingly, I'd be quite reluctant to draw Tinkerbell on my live stream, but if anybody were to request it, I'm all for it. Actually, don't put in the ribbon yet. Wait until I include them. Let me put her someplace. Because this is gonna be a humongous statue. What is your favorite Christmas film? I'm not sure. Maybe it's Arthur Christmas, the Sony animated slash Aardman, the Sony Pictures animation slash Aardman film, by the one that has Hugh Laurie as one of the brothers, and it's about accidentally missing out accidentally missing out a child, so they must travel all over the world to find that child, or then deliver her the gift. In fact, that movie, Arthur Christmas, is what inspired me to do the first of my Skylanders animation parodies, Skylanders Christmas. It had a bit of a similar concept, being Santa's little helpers be the ones to deliver all these presents. But let's see what else. Okay, how many presents I got so far? I think that's my most favorite Christmas film. I will say I also like Muppets Christmas Carol and the Mickey's Christmas Carol. I mean, I like a lot of Christmas Carol movies. Trying to think on. One boy and 10 girls wouldn't trade it for the world. Why is every Loud House family member starts with the name with L? I'm not sure. I think it was because I think it has something to do with Chris Savino's actual life. I mean, for those who don't know, Chris Savino actually grew up in a family of 10 siblings, and five of them are actually his sisters. And I don't think I did that one right. I think half of them were sisters, and they were all their names. Their names all served as an influence for the names of the Loud sisters. In fact, most of them were all named L. Lori is one of them. I'm not sure of the others. I mean, sometimes they name up. He gave them some of the others were named based on what Chris Savino had in mind if he ever had any daughters, and some of them were, and some of the other Louds were named after his own pets. Okay, it's about half an hour to go. I'm hoping to get some of these done as quick as I can. This might last for an extra half hour, just in case I didn't finish those tasks in time. And if I have enough time, maybe I can squeeze in one more task. And it can be anything you decide for. There she is. There's dear Lenny struggling to keep up with getting as many presents as she can. And that is a long stack. That's taken care of. Now who's in charge of those socks? Bet that's taller than Mr. Tall. Sandals in winter. Oh yeah, Well, if you come to my country, there's no need for winter clothing because it's summer 24/7. Loser Loud is a bad and lazy name. And probably offensive. But you did remind me of this joke from Monster High. I mean, one of these substitute teachers is named Lou Czar.
as in Louzarr. And people keep calling him loser. Ed doing the stockings. Oh, just like in Ed, Ed and Eddie's Jingle Jingle Jangle. Okay, I don't think let me try this again. Wait, I'll be right back. And sometimes you got. Admittingly, it's not easy imitating Danny Antonucci's style of work. I mean, his works are sometimes. His works are sometimes a little hard to replicate. I mean, not. I mean, his style of art is usually the more off-model types. For example, I mean, sometimes when Ed is looking at a different angle, his eye would sometimes not touch his body. Oh, let's not forget his Yeah, sometimes even his eyebrow would not be connected. And for those who don't know, in Ed and Eddie's Jingle Jingle Jangle, Ed stole the stole the chimney and stole the chimney, and he moved it all the way into his room so he can deliver it to Santa. This of course upsets Sarah, and she demands Ed to put up her stocking. And when Ed was hanging her stocking, let's just say I'm drawing it right now. The result, I'm drawing it right now. Just There we go, fellas. We have Ed's with the Christmas tree. I mean, with the stocking. And here's another thing about Ed. So instead of cookies and milk or mince pie, he would put in gravy, cakes, and milk. Yum. Have you ever heard of Christmas is Here Again? I think I have, but I don't think I remember listening. Maybe I have listened to it, but it just kind of escapes me. Someone is doing a bad job. Okay, what was I again? Okay, so who's preparing a Christmas dinner? So who's got out the turkey? So Malaysia is the Florida of Asia. Not just Malaysia. Singapore,
Philippines, Thailand, Indonesia. Well, we live in much of Southeast Asia, actually. Hey, we're on the equator. Spear. Which spear? Which character named Spear? Oh, it's a movie, not a song. Okay, okay. I'll have to look that up. Chicken Little preparing dinner. Isn't that kind of cannibalism? Oh, this is a new. Oh, this is interesting. Uh, all right. I have heard Fun fact, did you know that Rosa Casagrande was actually modeled after this Italian woman character from one of Chris Savino's original pilots for Cartoon Network called Faux Paws. You should look up Faux Paws. It has it features a cat and a dog being sold in a pet shop, and they get bought by this Italian woman. Now, keep in mind that it was made in the early 2000s. So back then, cultural sensitivity wasn't a huge thing, and back then we poked people still poked fun of a lot of races and cultures and nations and all other things. I think it's still kind of done to this day, but a lot less. Yes, I mean, I'm back then poking fun of Canada was still it was a novelty, especially with South Park, with Terrence and Phillip, and even Mexico got poked fun of a lot. I mean, there's Speedy Gonzales, and now here's a funny thing about Speedy Gonzales. When the Looney Tunes shorts were being resurfaced, they decided to cut out Speedy Gonzales, thinking it was a bit offensive to the Mexicans. But then there was a great amount of people who wanted Speedy Gonzales back, and they were indeed Mexican. They loved Speedy Gonzales, and thus they brought Speedy Gonzales back. And then there's just trying to think. I'm surprised Malaysia hasn't been represented very well. I mean, we have a lot of Mexican themes, we have a lot of Korean and Japan themes, we have there's a lot of Chinese themes, British themes. There's never really one from Malaysia. In fact, for anybody who lives in a different country, are you kind of disappointed that your country is not being well represented to the mainstream? Let me know if any of you have any of those. Just out of curiosity. Now, I'm not saying it should be the number one thing. I mean, even if you want to represent that thing, you have to make up a good story. Sometimes a bad representation is worse than no representation at all. There you go. We have Rosa Casagrande, Abuela, making a Christmas dinner. So who's writing the cards and sending them by mail? Oh, thank you, Mr. Wanapin. Say, have you heard about? How about Tom and Jerry making the Gingerbread House? Okay, Tom and Jerry's a little difficult, but if that's what you request, if that's what you want, you got it. Have you heard of an actor named Steve Blum? Oh, you mean the same guy who played Wolverine, who voiced Wolverine in several games and TV shows? I know him. He was also the current voice of Sub-Zero in Mortal Kombat. Trying to think. He also let's see. And yes, for those who are wondering, yes, I have seen the Tom and Jerry movie, the new Tom and Jerry movie trailer. And while they certainly do look better, they certainly do look better than than most live action animation hybrid characters like Yogi, like Scooby Doo and Yogi Bear, but I don't know. They look a little out of place, in honesty. The animation kind of reminds me of Rocky and Bullwinkle in a sense, where they and trying to think. Maybe I should have chose the other type of styles, like maybe the Chuck Jones style, or some of the more infamous ones, like the Gene style. Rest in peace, the guy who directed some of the more infamous Tom and Jerry shorts, but he's still a I guarantee some of them are a lot better than some of the his works are a lot better than some of the later incarnations. Like some say that the movie is the 1990s movie was the worst thing from Tom and Jerry, or was the worst thing from Tom and Jerry. Some say the 1970s Hanna-Barbera show was the worst. Or some say the 2014 Flash animated cartoon made by the same people who made Hi Hi Puffy Yami Yumi was the worst. Some say the direct to video Tom and Jerry movies like Tom and Jerry and the Wizard of Oz, or Tom and Jerry Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory was the worst. Which, let me know in the comments, fellas, which incarnation of Tom and Jerry do you think is the absolute worst of all the Tom and Jerry, of all things Tom and Jerry related? Let me know in the comments. What's your worst? What's the worst thing about Tom and Jerry? What's the worst Tom and Jerry incarnation in your eyes? I really like the Chuck Jones era. I thought the Tom and Jerry from 2014 was okay. They did try to. I will admit, it did try to bring the spirit of the original. It just didn't do. For me, it just didn't do it properly. But I will admit, I do admire its ambition for what it's trying to do. Yes, it brings out unique Willy Wonka. Of course, I love it. I don't mind the voice.
You see, most I hate Clint Clobber and Genie. Um. mm, um hmm. Now here's an interesting fact. My sister absolutely hates Jerry. She always thought Jerry was a kind of a nuisance, and she always wanted Tom to win. There are times when Tom actually does win, but they're very rare. And there are times when but most of the time it's always Tom. It's always Jerry that wins. But sometimes neither win. I mean, there was one short when Tom was on the boat. I think it was called His Mouse Friday. When His Mouse Friday, when Tom was on a raft, and he gets stranded, and he's like wondering what to do. Then he comes across an island. Then Jerry starts dressing up as one of the natives, of that island. Yeah, boy, that short really aged really well. And then when Tom actually meets up with the real natives, they all start chasing Tom. And then an even smaller native have, sees Jerry, and then he starts chasing Jerry. So neither of them won at the end. So yeah, Tom and Jerry can doesn't Jerry usually wins, but not always. And Tom can sometimes win, sometimes wins, but sometimes neither of them win. And there was also the infamous one where Tom was so depressed that he was sitting on the train track, and because he lost his loved one to somebody else. And then Jer and then Jerry later lost the love of his life, so he joins Tom, and then suddenly a choo-choo train sound happens, and then the episode just ends. You never know what happened to Tom or Jerry after that. Some say that was the grand finale of Tom and Jerry, but in truth, the actual true finale was the one where Tom and Jerry have to watch over this baby who keeps escaping the crib, and the teenager is not very good at her job. So there you have it, fellas. We have this is yeah this is my again this is my one of my first like I said, this is not one of my best attempts to draw Tom or Jerry. I mean, like I said, they were not easy to draw, but there you go. There's Tom and Jerry making a gingerbread place. So sorry this is a bit out of order, but okay, who's writing the cards? Drawer Center. Oh, Mr. Bean, hey? Or Patrick writing a Christmas card. Difficult to decide. Let me, I think that one I find quite unique. Okay, that one I actually think is quite unique. By the way, if you come to my country, it's one of those countries that's obsessed with Mr. Bean. Mr. Bean aired a lot on Disney Channel, both the cartoon version and the live action version. And I mean, this Mr. Bean is so well beloved that he keeps showing up. That reruns keep happening to this very day. In fact, Mr. Bean is one of the many cultural icons that can last for generations. Um, um, Titty. when admittedly, I never really drew anything Mr. Bean related. The only thing I never remember drawing Mr. Bean, but I did remember drawing Teddy a lot. And I tend to slip Teddy in some of my animations or drawings. In fact, he can be seen in my he can be seen in my Smilo Pony reanimated take on the Rhino commercial for Skylander Swap Force, and you can even see a Teddy picture in a Loud House reenactment of the Ed, Edd n Eddy episode Surret-a-Lot. Just making sure his sleeves are not too another interesting thing about Mr. Bean is that he's one of those if you look at some of the patterns on Mr. Bean, at least on the curtains and you may notice that the pattern that it has that thing of the patterns, so that pattern technique used in Chowder where the patterns don't move but yet the characters are still moving and acts like a static background. Mr. Bean actually uses that type of background mainly for the curtains and the quilts. Let's not forget the dimple. Up to color. And let me make his legs a bit skinnier. His legs are a lot skinnier than that. In fact, his legs are so skinny that he has virtually no ankles. Yeah, here's another thing I noticed about Mr. Bean is that the Mr. Bean cartoon has he has no ankles. So yeah, here's Miss Bean, Mr. Bean, writing a letter for Teddy. I used to imitate Mr. Bean a lot when I was a kid. And who's practicing for some Christmas carols? Usually he's on the piano or practicing some lyrics to the song. So which character do you imagine singing to some Christmas Carol lyrics. Nixels. Not the spamming. Oh man, are we doing this? Okay. Please, tone down with the requests, okay? Just a little timeout, okay? Just a little bit of a timeout, okay? Just don't do too much of it, okay? Practicing carols. Tharo's beatboxing Christmas carols?
I'm not sure if Star practiced a lot of Christmas carols, but maybe she might have practiced some Stump Day carols. For those who don't know, Stump Day is Muni's equivalent to Christmas. And for those who don't, according to for those who don't know, in the episode
Wait, let me just I'll be right back. In the episode Stump Day, it was revealed that Star Butterfly's birthday is in fact on Stump Day. But the reason why she never celebrates Stump Day she never celebrates her birthday on Stump Day because if you don't praise the stump, if you don't do anything about the stump, terrible things will happen to the stump will come for you. And thus all of Muni is at peril. Thankfully, the stump doesn't stay for long. If you can make it past 12, if you can make it past 12 o'clock at Muni times, you're safe. You're safe. The stump won't attack you anymore. And like I said, a Star's Butterfly's birthday is on Stump Day. And here's an interesting fact. Her voice actress, Eden Share, I think that's how you pronounce her name. And correct me if I'm wrong. Her birthday is on the 26th of December, basically Boxing Day. So it's nearly that you could say that Eden shares the same birthday as her character, Star Butterfly. Almost. Hers is on December 25th, and Eden's is on Boxing Day. A lot of people say that if you're born close to Christmas, it's not that great. So, by the way, speaking of carols, many of us have at least one Christmas carol that we found ourselves enjoying a lot. But then there's also the ones that we found ourselves kind of irritating. I mean, as in one that I don't think we like to remember. I mean, not every Christmas carol is a pleasant to the ears. I mean, some would say, one of the strangest carols a lot of people are surprised to know exists is Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer. Yeah, and that apparently was enough to have a TV movie. Yeah, did you know that there was that Grandma Got Run Over by a Reindeer got a TV movie? There's also one that called I Want a Hippopotamus for Christmas. I'm not sure what that it goes something like I want a hippopotamus for Christmas. Something like that, but that's about it. That's all I know.
Okay, I think I'm gonna expand this to another 30 minutes because we're quite short on time because we kind of because it's supposed to be the deadline is supposed to be now, but I want to be a little bit more fair. I think my favorite Christmas carol is regular Christmas tree, the one that's more traditional rather than I think it might. I'm not sure. Is it Jingle Bells or We Wish You a Merry Christmas or probably It's beginning to look a lot like Christmas everywhere we go. I don't want to sing too much because I'm worried about copyrights, but my mom loves that song, at least the Micro Bublé version. What's your favorite carol? Do you play Half-Life? No, I don't. Hmm, 12 days of... The Gingerbread House is already done. Do you play Team Fortress 2? No, but I am highly aware of Team Fortress, and I am a little familiar with some of its characters. Like the heavy weapons guy! And the scout and the spy. But I haven't really gotten fully committed to... doing, doing the, Team Fortress. I am trying to get into SFM, this source filmmaker. Basically Gmod, except you're making a film out of it, but I am not patient when it comes to 3D. I don't know. I'm never good at 3D. I only specialize on 2D animation. I think I don't think I did this one right. Let me just rub this off a bit. Oops. Okay, yeah, sorry about the double tongue. It was actually supposed to be a thumb. I mean, as in she's holding the paper and stuff. And yeah, it did look like a thumb, and that did look really off. It did look very awkward, I will admit. Sorry about that. Shrek the Halls. I remember seeing Shrek the Halls. In fact, I do enjoy the DreamWorks specials. I mean, there was Merry Madagascar. There's I'm surprised Monsters vs. Aliens didn't have a Christmas special. I mean, they had a couple of Halloween ones, but not a lot of Christmas ones. I mean, they had the living carrots, the pumpkins, but they I think yeah, I think this will do fine. Star butterflies singing for some carols. Now give me at least 2 characters exchanging gifts. Oops. So who's extra nice to each other? Who likes to trade gifts? Any character.
DreamWorks gave us the memes. Of course, many memes. Shrek is the king of the memes, especially the "Somebody once told me the world is gonna roll me." Bowser Jr. exchanging gifts. It has to be 2 characters, fellas. Exchanging gifts. I mean, can you give at least Flane and Leo? Who is Flane and who is Leo? Vaggie from Hasbin's Hotel. Okay, let me have a look. Let's see. There she is. She might be a little. Okay. Okay, I'm just I'm actually not sure if she I don't know if this I don't think she smiles a lot. Maybe I'm not sure. I mean she's yeah, I'm not sure actually. I'm just but she is definitely best friends with Charlie. I will say. I mean Mandy from Billy and Mandy, she rarely smiles, but she's still good friends with Billy. In fact, Hasbin Hotel, the creator of Hasbin Hotel, Vimsy Pop, she said she was indeed inspired by the grim adventures of Billy and Mandy. Heck, she even asked Maxwell Adams to be a part of her cast. Let me just look at the comment section for a quick moment. Have you seen Harvey Girls Forever? No, I have not. Sparrow and Crush, Dilbert and Ernie, Joe. Are you my singing monsters? No. Jeez, I wonder how long. The saddest thing about YouTube standards is that some bit they want to try and appeal more to kids, but at the same time they also acknowledge how dangerous it is to try and appeal to kids, and you shouldn't really make money out of it. But so I'm trying to think. I mean, if you make something that's very bloody or very gory, chances are you could get age restricted, and you have limited amount of ad revenue because of it. But if you make something for kids, you don't get any ad revenue at all. I mean, you make something for kids, it's a no-win. You make something that's 18 plus, it's also a
win. It's hard to find that balance. I'm just trying. What am I missing here? Oh yeah, her hair. She's supposed to have very, very long hair. Sorry, this is taking a while. Like I said, this is she's not easy to like. These are my first tries. Sometimes I want a bit of a challenge, but I know it takes a long time. I'm sure a lot of you have more requests, want for me to do other characters, and you're not really the most patient of the bunch, but. Sometimes I can't stop. I gotta keep on moving. Gotta keep doing it until I finish it. What's her, okay, she has, She has no feet. I think I've gone to the bottom, so I think I better move her someplace. Okay, yeah, I'm not sure. Does she actually have feet? I can't remember. Does she tiptoe a lot? Hmm. Okay, let me just darken her thing a bit, and let me find a better place to put her. I think I don't have the. Okay, I'll just put her here, and oops, and let's slip in. Why is he so? I will admit, for a show that has a lot of demon hellish creatures, she. I don't think I drew her eyes right. Let me just Okay, I'm gonna take a quick break, just answer a couple of questions. Green eggs and hams is amazing. I don't know about the character you're drawing. Movie joke. You said Charlie and Angel. Charlie's Angels. Let's see. Let me have a look at crims. It has no diminished test there, and it has no copyright guidelines. What about my suggestion? Almost had it. People, please. YouTube is a mess. YouTube makes no sense. Christmas and at the end. On Netflix, let's see. Okay, that's enough for now. I'm just gonna, oops. You weren't supposed to see that. Just, Can we just have her exchange? Maybe I should have done the mistletoe thing instead of exchanging presents instead. And then again, I'm not too particularly fun with the mistletoe requests. Or maybe if I have enough time, if I have enough time, I'll probably do a mistletoe request. I'm just gonna keep drawing till okay, and let me just add in a bit more of her hair. A lot of people compare Star Butterfly with Lenny, but then when Charlie came out, some people started comparing her with Star Butterfly. I mean, look up Star Butterfly and Charlie, and you will find some very varying results. Here we go, fellows. We have Charlie and her friend. I think was it Vabi or something. I can't remember. And then they're exchanging gifts. How sweet. Okay, we got two. Okay, got two more, and maybe I can squeeze in one more when this thing is over. Who's got the mince pie and carrots for Santa and Rudolph? I did think about cookies and milk, but I thought mince pie and carrots would be a healthier option. Yes.
Saya wants me to have Dr. Heinz Doofenshmirtz. I thought he had didn't he have a bit of an...
I'm just sorry, I forget. I haven't seen that Phineas and Ferb episode, so can anybody remind me what happened in that? I keep forgetting. Did Doofenshmirtz did Doofenshmirtz do something Santa Claus related? Did he make a Santanator or something? I can't remember. I haven't seen that episode. All I remember is him singing.
Doofenshmirtz even incorporated. You know, I should probably write that someday. It's kind of catchy in a sense. Perry the Platypus.
Okay, let me just look up what a mince pie looks like. Mince pie. Okay, so it's basically a small pie of dried fruits. Now here's a little funny thing. When I was a kid, I once made up a character called Rudolph the Red-Horned Rhino. Oh, and when I was and let's just say this was based on my speculation for how comes for I'm sure it's like say maybe they needed an extra animal in case of hot climates. I mean, reindeer are mainly winter animals or boreal animals. So I wouldn't expect. So I don't know how they would withstand the heat. Then again, Malaysia does have its own deer. I mean, I once went to a deer park in Malaysia. I'm not sure if that place is still there, but I used to go there and I used to feed deer. What we were feeding them, however, was not good. It was bread, and as we all know nowadays, bread is no longer good for you. If you're on a keto diet, best stay away from bread.
There we go. We have Dr. Heinz Doofenshmirtz. He's ready to give mince pie and a carrot for dear old Saint Nick and his trusty steed.
Rudolph the Red-Trunked Elephant. How about the Red-Tusked Elephant? Oh, don't delete your comment. I was gonna answer that. The Steven Spielberg movie. What's my favorite Spielberg directed movie? Jurassic Park. Reindeer better than people. Sven, do you think that's true? Okay, we got one last one. Maybe I can squeeze in one more. So, who's ready to rest on the couch and watch some TV? Who's ready to rest on the couch and watch some TV? Let's hope it's not a trap.
Oh, no. It's not a trap this time. This time, Heinz Doofenshmirtz is actually watching TV.
Oh, I guess for every live stream, my request has to be something Mario or Yoshi related. So let me just. he's a little mischievous. He didn't do anything. He's just standing there being a slob. Just let me extend that arm a bit more. Actually, I have no idea how to draw Bowser, how to draw characters. Yeah, I will admit, I always had trouble drawing characters lying just like that, like oh, never mind. I'll just so I think okay, let me just draw the television. I always prefer retro. All right, fellas. That's the last one on the list. I think I'm gonna go with one more. Just ask me one more. Just ask me any type of Christmas request you want. It can be a chore. It can be something else. Just ask me anything. I'm allowing one more. Just one more. Oh, I'm missing the little horns. What horns? What horns? I don't see no horns. Oh, you mean the spikes on his back? Yeah, okay. But seriously, I don't see any horns anywhere. I mean, Bowser Jr. Has no horns. Oh wait. Oh. Actually, I see him now. Sorry, they were kind of invisible. I didn't see them. There you go. Okay, one more. Just one more. Draw my OC of your art. I don't know. I don't think I can do OCs, fellas. I don't know because they take a bit too long, and it take me some time to know the characters a bit more. Discord as Santa. No. Tone down, please. Tone down on the.
Tone down on the thing, please. Eating figgy pudding. Spyro wearing a Santa hat, huh? Yeah, I remember a long time ago when I was a kid, I used to put a clay model of a Santa head on a Ruptor. I think you can still see it on YouTube. I mean on DeviantArt. I mean I have it. Yeah, this let's just say this one is also a bit of a chore too. I mean, Spyro is actually a Santa's little helper, or he's working in the grotto. Oh, or he's working in the grotto, trying to help. Um, okay, let me just um. And there you have it, fellas. Spyro wearing a Santa hat. And this concludes. Okay, let's see if I got everybody here. Let's see. We have let's see. Who's decorating the tree? Pichu. Who's decorating with a wreath? Mickey Mouse. Who's gift wrapping? Aku. Who's shopping for presents? Lenny. Who's doing the stockings? Ed. Who's preparing Christmas dinner? Rosa. Who's writing a card? Who's writing a card? Mr. Bean. Who's making a gingerbread house? Tom and Jerry. Who's singing a Christmas carol? Star Butterfly. Who's exchanging gifts? Charlie and I keep forgetting the last one's name. Veggie, I think. Who's having mince pie? Who's sending mince pie and carrots for Rudolph and Santa? Dr. Heinz Doofenshmirtz. And who's just resting on the couch? Bowser Jr. And who's got Santa's hat? Spyro. Okay, thank you all for joining me on this wonderful holly jolly live stream. Are you a fan of aviation? I have not heard of it. Thank you all for joining me. Now I gotta run because I gotta get Santa's workshop running, and I gotta help the elves, and I gotta help the decorations and the presents and everything myself in real life. Now for my next live stream, tune in on December 12th, 2020, as that's the last date this year that has a double number. I mean, remember my series remember my animation series where I used to fiddle with the double number dates like 112233 or January 1st, February 2nd, March 3rd. I got one more planned. I mean, I managed to finish it, but it won't be released until December 12th. And also, on December 12th, I'm doing there's something I've wanted to try. Hey, let's just say it has something to do with this carol a lot of us are familiar with. You know the 12 Days of Christmas. You know, the turtle doves, the French hens, the calling birds. Let's just say I want to do something about that. So who's dressing up or who's interacting with the partridge in the pear tree? That's my next live stream. See you all then. Thank you for joining me. Thank you all, and I hope you have a wonderful Christmas in the next 24 days. Yeah, I will admit it's been a bit of a downer since COVID-19, but what can you do? I hope you all celebrate Christmas wonderfully. I hope you all have a happy holiday. I hope you spend some great time with your